And good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody. Welcome back into the Dragon's Den. My name's Digital Dragon. I'm a 3D printing variety streamer here on Twitch and YouTube. Welcome on in. Hey, Model Light, how's it going? Hey, well, peeps, finally got me new printer. Well, it's used, but new to me. It's an Ender 3 V3 SE. Awesome. Hey, Howie DeWitt, how's it going? Wix Central. Hope everyone's doing well tonight. Hey, Pete. Hey, Pete. I hope everybody had a fun week and weekend. I know last week was Rapid TCT, and I know quite a few people made it out there to that event. And then this past weekend was Rocky Mountain Rep Rap Fest. I so wanted to be there to hang out with everybody, but unfortunately, couldn't travel. The sinuses are doing very well, and I'm getting ready to start a monthly biological injection that's supposed to help both with my asthma and the nasal polyps, which is the issue that keeps recurring. So hopefully that goes well and there's no ill effects to that. And the plan is to see everybody at Midwest Rep Rap Festival. And I'm pretty sure I'm going to attend 3D Printopia, but I will not have a booth or anything. It's just going to be a weekend, fly in, check out the event, get out. And then I'm really planning on going to Formnext again this year. So those are the big travel events that we have coming up. Hey, Palms 3D, how's it going? Yeah, I'm hoping it does work out, Mod Light. My health is doing good, Eagle the Dragon. Health is doing good. Breathing's going well. Everything's going good there. Hey, Kenneth. But yeah, things are going well. So a couple things that are going to happen this evening. One, we're going to unbox a big printer, and that big printer is the Qidi Tech Plus 4. Can't remember if it's like the X Plus 4 or just the Plus 4, or it says Plus 4 on the box. So the issue here, I got contacted by my Qidi rep, and they said, hey, we have an opportunity for you. Always scary, but you know, it starts off with that. And this is a printer that was being returned. They think that the issue is simply just a clogged nozzle or a jam of some sort. And it has a Qidi box, so I have the Qidi box sitting right over there. The deal here was I send an RMA shipping label, they ship it directly to me. I get it back up and running, I sell it, then they basically, Qidi will bill me for the printer at that point after I sell it. So I'm like, okay, so I get a printer, I get to throw it up on the line, get it working, get it going, and when I sell it, then I have to pay for it. Sounds great to me. Now to save up the greens for an AMS. There you go, Mod Light. And then this has been a cool week. We've had about 3 or 4 different custom print jobs come in. One is a custom job for a friend that involves Nixie tubes. If you're familiar with Nixie tubes, they're basically little LED vacuum tubes. In this case, they are about 1960s Soviet era Nixie tubes. That is going to be a cool little project that we're doing for one of our friends. We have another project type thing that's coming up. So we were reached out to by the North Carolina Adaptive Technology Program. Okay. They have several 3D printers. Their intern that was running the 3D printers has left. So there's various things that may fall out with that, and us both helping them get the printers up and running and continuing, as well as 3D printing some stuff and going to a show this Friday to kind of show 3D printing and what we can do and what they have as well. So it's going to be really cool to work with them, and hopefully that leads to other opportunities. Yeah, they're basically the first LEDs. They're basically a vacuum tube that turns into the standard like seven line numbers. So yeah, that's going to be a pretty cool little project. We'll see if we can't get some pictures taken of that. Hey, Tinkering Techie, how's it going? Playing with the printer I got today, and it's running well. The Ender 3 V3 SE. Yep, that's going to be a fun project to keep going as well. Yeah, that was in a lot of the 50s, 60s stuff. Segment displays in a vacuum. Yep. Hey, Projects in Dad's Garage, how's it going? If you sell a new Qidi, does it drop ship? So, Howie DeWitt, I am not set up for drop shipping of any of my vendor printers, and specifically some of my vendor agreements state that I cannot sell on Amazon, TikTok, and I cannot drop ship. So they have to be purchased locally. And quite honestly, shipping some of these things, like the label and stuff to ship the Plus 4, and the Plus 4 is a 300 size printer. I think it's let me pull up the screen here. It was like almost $70 to ship. Yeah, so let's show this on screen real fast. And of course, yes, unlock the discount. There we go. So it's the Qidi Plus 4 printer. And yes, this is the printer that when it was first released had the issues with the homemade SSR wanting to set things on fire. That has been solved in these, but it's got a build volume of 305, 305, 280. So pretty big build volume. This is basically a Voron or a Trident size printer. Has the second gen 65 degrees Celsius active chamber heating and various other things in here. So this is basically what we've got is one of these, and we just need to go in and double check, excuse me, and figure out what the issue is and make it go again. So that is the plan for today. It is 83 to be honest. Not sure where we go there, but okay. Hey, yeah, road trips down here will be really good. And you may want to in the very near future, because we have a couple of really cool projects coming to the store and the channel. Maybe a road trip or stop by when you work in Charlotte next. There you go, how we do it. We're not too far from Charlotte. So yeah, so for those of you that don't know, one of you all goes by the name A Bit Nuts. We made a deal. So A Bit Nuts will be bringing his Rat Rig VCore 4.1 400 size with all kinds of blingy bling from Mandala Roseworks down here for me to work on. He kind of stalled a little bit, has some health problems, and just, we'll say, he got into the modding rabbit hole. So he's trying to build the printer and keeps buying mods for it. So we have the Mandala Roseworks bed mounts, the Mandala Roseworks bed. He has the 4.1 upgrade stuff for it now. The gantry was assembled but needs to be taken back apart because he's switching from GT2 belts and pulleys to GT 1.5 belts and pulleys. It'll have tubes, and I can't remember the extruders that he said he had for them. They might be the LGX lights, might be full LGXs. I'm not sure. We'll see when it gets here. Yeah, my stealth changer is sitting right over here, like right over on the other side of this monitor, and it is mechanically built, and the software basic installs there. I think what I'm going to do is I've got the sex ball mounted, and I still need to get that wired up, add that to the software, and then it's basically configuration and trying to push plastic, right? So that project's there, but that got delayed for repairs that came in. We're doing the classes, and the classes are picking up both the intro, the preventive maintenance, and the Tinkercad classes. So that's taking up a little bit of time as well. I just got in a set of 40/40 extrusion where I'm going to build a roll-around table. That roll-around table will be used to work on the rat rig until the Venture XL shows up. So I will be building a Venture XL. I will be pretty much not installing any of the stock electronics. Instead, I'm going to go with a Kraken and tube, most likely in an AT4 hot end. So we'll be doing some mods right out the gate, but that Venture XL is a dedicated shop large size printer. That is a store purchase, not a Digital Dragon purchase. Oh, my rat rig at home has the standard workbench that rat rig sells, and I have the standard adjustable feet on it so that you can level it. This cart is actually .40 slot 8 extrusion. So this is 1 meter. I took 2 of the 1 meter segments, cut them down. These are probably around 480, 485 now. And these are going to become the legs. There's going to be blind joints drilled at the top and the bottom. So I will have a bottom shelf, and then the top shelf, I'll put plywood on it, and that will make up the rolling cart for what will be used for the rat rig until the Venture XL build comes in. And then the rat rig will sit on one of my other rolling workbenches. Or who knows, maybe I'll build a second one of these to move some printers around on. Okay, a lot going on. Yeah, it's definitely a rabbit hole you know well. Yeah, the 1.5 pitch belts could be snake oil. A lot of machines are going to it. A lot of the Qidis, in fact, the Plus 4 has the 1.5 belts. How it deals with getting rid of VFAs versus good input shaping, pressure advance, and just generalized tuning, I don't know. Yes, there is a GitHub for the box turtle. That's what you're looking for. My light is Armored Turtle. There's a Discord out there for Armored Turtle, and there should be a GitHub for the box turtle. Okay. So going back to Friday, that one of the things that we're trying to get done, we're trying to print a bunch of adapted tech stuff for Friday's show, But the other thing that we're going to be doing, and let me see if the bench side camera will work for just a minute. Is we've been working on this. This is a make good Tyler mobility chair. And we did it primarily in gray, and the color that we're adding is going to be to the wheels and then to all of the cushioning. So I'm starting to print out the parts, and I may reprint this. I think it might still be a little wet, but that would be the TPU cushion. We'll have a rear seat and a seat bottom cushion, and then all the straps that will get printed in TPU. But that's going to be one of those cool things that will get done there. And I had another order that came in. I think you all may have remembered when I made a comment that I had a order that I couldn't talk about. Well, they picked up that order and they were really excited with how well it came out, because the one we printed just the outer shell. The other one, when we had to scale it down to under a meter so that it ships well, it went down to the size where M2 screws fit perfectly. So I got a bunch of M2 screws and I basically assembled the entire body of this thing as if it was life size. And it was so well received that their investor took them. Their investor took both of those models after the show down in Florida. So we just got a call today with a new upgraded version of one of these, and they need it by Tuesday, but not just they need to be able to pick it up Tuesday. They need it in DC for the next show by Tuesday. So we got the files today and we're going to start printing tomorrow. And I bought a case of filament so that we can make sure that we get everything done there. We're using atomic gunmetal gray. That was the decision color-wise. So we're doing gunmetal gray ABS for these. And since I was ordering atomic gunmetal gray ABS anyhow, I went ahead and bought a case of atomic PET G and a color, and I honestly cannot remember which color I ordered, but it's going to be to build another one of the Tyler mobility trainers. So I've got a bunch of TPU that I bought. The TPU that we're going to be using on here is primarily Overture TPU. But yeah, we're kind of excited about getting some of these done up. All of the Tyler mobility trainers that we build are going to be donated. Okay, those are donations from the shop to kids in needs. So part of us going to the show is to show what we can do and what we can print and what we can customize. And then also to make the connections that we need to get these chairs into the hands of kids in need. So and with that said, hey, a bit nuts, there you go. Yep, we were just talking to you, or talking about you. So, yep, a bit nuts is bringing down his rat rig project, and that's going to do two things. One, it's going to prevent him from buying more upgrades because I won't accept them. So we'll be able to get the project done, because I've gone down that rabbit hole as well of upgrade and then upgrade and then upgrade, and you never have a working printer because it's always taken apart being upgraded. And then two, we're going to get it built and get it tested and working. And yeah, we'll go from there. So it will be 48 volt, 24 volt, IDEX, dual tube, 1.5 GT belts and pulleys, Mandala Roseworks, bed mounts, bed, braces, like the whole 9 yards. So it's gonna be fun. And yeah, Howie DeWitt, everything we print with Atomic prints beautifully. We don't stock it here, but we do grab it and use it for various prints. Yeah, I will tell you as well, and I can finally announce this one. I made the payment for my first order today, and we will be having Honey Badger stuff coming in. So right now I've got a bunch of Honey Badger fans coming in, some build plates for the 256 size bamboo printers, and alpha nozzles. So I've got V6, 04, and 06 size alpha nozzles coming in. So we're going to have a lot of that stuff. Yeah, order a few more upgrades before you drop it off. Have them shipped straight to the shop. Exactly. Projects in Dad's Garage. Yeah, exactly. I don't think there's any other upgrade. About the only thing he can get upgrade-wise would be custom panels. Oh, wait. He's got those too. Because the steel panels make it so heavy, he actually replaced some of the steel panels with custom aluminum panels to reduce the overall weight some, to make it a little bit easier to move the beast. Have you seen Luke's Labs tool head for the tube? Okay, Projects in Dad's Garage. There is a dedicated tube mount for the rat rig, and that's what we're going to use. There's the Blue Storm Terra, which is their tube and LGX Pro upgrade for an Orange Storm Giga. I have seen those, and I put one on the Optimus P1 over at Ecovate 3D. And then there's the Takeoff and Calamity. I've got Takeoff on my Trident 350, which I got working. I have a video I need to send out. I need to tune the profile because I'm running it with a 1mm nozzle. And the filament that I was just printing with is a bit wet, PLA. And yeah, it's a bit stringy, but we'll fix that. That's tuning. In fact, I might have to bring that printer down here just so I can play with it a bit more. But yeah, so with that, all that being said, let's actually get this printer out of the box, get it up here, get the keyboard out of the way so we don't munch that a bit. And where are you tonight? There we go. A cutting utensil. So once again, this is a return printer. So it has been opened, it has printed, it has been used. And we will basically be unpacking it, checking it, seeing what we have. And all right, we got guides. Here, let's test the waters and see how long the bench camera stays before it freezes. Hey, Winsing, how's it going? Welcome in. Told you, Luke, would someday get a new printer. I get new printers all the time. Don't forget the PD 3D Kraken motors. You have those in a sample config from PD 3D. Okay. And the high wind rails. Okay. A bit nuts is, can we say living up to his name? So we got +4 quick start guide. Additional quick start guide, the user manual, and the Qidi box manual. Like I said, the Qidi box is sitting over there. We'll dig that out later. ETFE tubing, glass panel. Normally under the glass panel, the top panel, okay, it would be normally what I see underneath this panel would be like the spool holder and the screw and stuff like that. It looks like it's somewhere else. And the flash drive is normally right here, and that's missing, or at least not right here. So we'll try and get this out. We'll set that aside so we don't damage the glass. Well, love finding loose plastic bits. Where that came from. You guys see where that popped out of? Hey, look, there's another one right there. That must be some of the packing material. Feels like filter media that would probably go in this because that's looks like a filter cover. Look at that. It has handles. Lift with your legs, not your back. Lift with your back, not your legs. Okay. So that's handles that drop down into the printer. That's kind of interesting. Okay. Down here, we've got some of more of the little corner feet. We've got a couple of boxes and the power cord. Awesome. So I think one more box. Screen. So I think we have identified all the necessary parts from the box. He's a beast. Can't turn that around some. Move y'all over a bit to get you away from the camera, or not the camera, the screen. And here we go. Like I said, we got a big one here. Yeah. From the rear here, looks like our exhaust fan, intake fan, possibly for the heater. Nope, heater would be over there. Probably just ventilation then for the board because I see a lot of wires back here. Poopy chute, tensioners, Cat 5, power and power switches over here on the side. So yeah, let's turn this back around. Niakoi Prince, how's it going? How's it going, Daniel? see where we at. Was this a restocked unit that's been opened? Yes, down under maker. Give you guys the lowdown again. So this is a Qidi Tech Plus 4. My rep called me and said, hey, we have an individual that's getting ready to return their Plus 4. They said from the sounds of it, it's just a nozzle clog. This was this person's first printer. They didn't know how to deal with it or clear it, and they just wanted to return it. So what I have to do is take a look at this. We'll refurbish it and make sure that we get it back in working order. And we'll go from there. Because if I get it back in working order, it will go up for sale in the store. And once I sell it, then I have to pay for it. So there we go. Hey, Bearded Printer, how's it going? Diablo Spawn, welcome in. Welcome in. Yeah, we've been talking about a few things that are going on. Some of the stuff that we're working on. Yeah, this has definitely been, we'll say, played with. The door handle and stuff came back off to get boxed up, but the back cover had been opened up. The front cover is partially off. See if I can get it the rest of the way off, or if there's something damaged. Doesn't appear to be damaged. Doesn't appear like there's any screws that it should. There we go. So there's the cover off. Definitely some filament that has been pushed through that. Glad I checked. They put in a couple of the bed screws back. That'll be good. We have a rubber wiper, and I guess this is a Z calibration. Ready? I haven't seen this model. I don't stock this model in the store normally, but you know, this could be potentially. So right now I've got the Q2, which is 270, I think 270, 256. This was 305, 280. So this is the next step up. It's a little bit bigger. And this would sit nicely between this or between like the Q2 series and the Max 4. Now, with that being said, quick shameless plug. We are now taking pre-orders for printers. So if you are interested in a printer that I may not have in stock just yet because I've sold out and I'm trying to get new stock in, you can now, for a 50% down deposit, pre-order a printer, and as soon as they come in, you can come, pay the last part, and pick it up. Again, I'm not shipping a Max 4. That's 130 pounds. It's not worth the shipping is going to be crazy. So, you know, you need to come pick the printers up in person, but I'll ship just about everything else. Hey, Jarabadoo. Yeah. Jarabadoo, how's it going? Hey, Dink Think Tank. Let's see. We're going to grab our quick start guide and figure out what we need to do to get this thing going. Hope they give me a good discount. Yeah, they should. This should have the SSR upgrade on it. This is a newer version. Like I said, this was one that was just purchased and came back. So I will double check that if need be and make sure that it's got everything up to date. Let me see where we're at. Yeah. You have some extra hot ends for this or for something else? Oh, thanks a bit nuts. Yeah, it had all the telltale signs of return. So the my Qidi rep called and said, "Hey, this person had the issue." Um, and so I sent them shipping labels. They shipped this here to me. I'm going to get this back up and running, and either I will buy it for the store or sell it. And as soon as a sale is made, whether I buy it or I sell it to somebody else, then Qidi will actually bill me for the base price of the printer. So Phoenix pre-orders when? So I was on Nero's stream earlier today. He said Trident R2 is feature locked. And from the sounds of it, it just needs Steve to get some sleep and comb through everything one more time. And you may see Trident R2 out in the very near future. And that's a soon, not a Voron trademark soon. Okay. And he also made comment that I believe Phoenix is now feature locked and mechanically locked. So, but I believe what he said was the manual is still in work. Like that it's a lot to get done on the manual side of that. So that's still going to be a ways out. One of the things that they are looking at on the Trident R2 is making sure that vendors are aware of the changes because it's going to things like M5 heat set inserts versus M5 nuts. So they need to make sure that the kits get updated so that they don't say they're R2 and then you have to buy a bunch of stuff to fix it or to build it. So it's interesting. My Trident 350 that we were talking about earlier, it's got a Cyborg all-wheel drive gantry on it. So I do not plan on changing that. I think I will put a clicky-clack door on it just because I'm noticing the front belts rub up against the door a bit. So I will put a clicky-clack on it. My other Trident 350 was my first one, and I don't know if I'll update that to a Rev 2 or not. I don't plan on bringing that one down here. I believe that one's going to stay at the house because it's got my custom panels with my own logo on it that KB3D got me. So I think that one's going to stay there. Some of the other things, like we mentioned earlier, and let me try and turn this around so I don't get you guys as sick. But Mrs. Dragon and Evil Diesel will be going to a adaptive technology program show on Friday. We've been invited to help them, help out the NCATP and show off some of the stuff that we can bring to bear. So this is our toddler mobility trainer that I've been printing and assembling. We've got primarily gray, but we're adding color. This is EPAC's metallic blue PET G for the wheels. And we're doing all of the TPU cushioning is going to be an Overture blue. So there would be the headrest, and I'm doing the seat pieces right now. And then we got to work on the straps. And I may actually do the straps in red just to add some more color to it. But this is a pretty cool setup. They're pretty awesome. Okay, come back here so I don't make you guys and gals sick as I flip this. All righty. Now let's see where we're going to get to. Hey, thanks for the biddies there, Dank Think Tank. Appreciate it. Hey, Daddy Wazzy, how's it going? Welcome in. Yeah, the Trident R2 looks very interesting. I'd love to um, build one, but I think it might have to be a new build versus a rebuild of one of the ones I currently have in play. Have I heard anything about the Solval coming out? Yes, I've seen it, and based on the number of tool heads that they showed in the blacked out picture, I think it would probably be the Solval SV08 Max because it looked to have at least 6 tool heads in it. So you're going to design an RC drag car? That'll be cool. Two, three, 15. Looks sort of like a Dyson vacuum with a seat. Yeah. Well, and it got tested out. We had one of the young kids that got a Qidi Q2C combo from me came in today to get filament with his mom and little brother. And his little brother, we'll say, Mrs. Dragon kind of peeled him off and was chatting him up. And she showed him the wheelchair, and he walked over and just immediately sat down in it. And she's like, "Ooh, I hope it's all bolted together." I'm like, "Yep, it's good. It's solid. It's got okay. What do we got here? We've got standard little flip for the spool holder. That'll mount in it like that. So that'll be the spool holder. Hopefully we have the screws in one of the boxes. Not in that one. Okay. Got the unidentified screws, so we're good there. What that's doing over there. Hype train incoming. Uh-oh. Got a hype train. So thanks for the 100 biddies bearded printer. I appreciate that. Appreciate that very much. Hey, Electric Flames, how's it going? So this is a Qidi Plus 4 that we are opening up. This was a customer return. Not they had bought it, I believe, through the Amazon channel and had an issue. They were returning it. So what happened was my contact reached out to me and said, "Hey, if you're interested, send us labels so that they can send it back, and we'll it came to me, and I'm going to get it up and running, and then I can sell it. And when I sell it is when they'll come back and bill me for it." So it looks like M3 screws and plastic plugs in the door handle. The door does still have the plastic plugs in it, so we'll grab our M3 screws, and it looks to be looks like silver ones, but here's a couple more plastic plugs. I think we're going to use the button heads. Makes sense to use button heads in a door. That and all of the other ones I have are either self-tapping. No, they're all self-tapping type threads. So it would have to be the machine screws because the handle on this is machined aluminum. Design a mid-power model rocket that fires a D through F motor to build everything for it, 3D printed outside, the reloadable casing of the motor. Oh, that'll be cool, Mod Light. I think we may have talked about that previously. That'll be cool. But yeah, welcome in everybody. I know I got a late start tonight. Mrs. Dragon was doing some stuff and I was trying to do some stuff, basically trying to finish up getting stuff in the system for the honey badger stuff that I've got on order. We will be getting more honey badger stuff in. I plan on getting linear rails and just starting to build up a bit more of inventory as we get going. I've got Qidi Q2Cs, Q2C combos, and Q2 printers coming in, 2 of each. And then we're going to be pulling the trigger on a large order of Max 4s and Max 4 combos. Okay, so this is coming out. It actually needs to come through this side. I need to pull this up and through. Yeah. So the JST connector goes in here. And then the wire goes in this channel here, and that will keep it strain relieved and out of the way. It'll stay in there. And that goes on and goes to the side, and they were nice enough, they left the protective covering on. So we get to do the pull. Remove the power cord, plug it in, turn it on, and follow the remaining instructions on what to do. Okay. I am going to go ahead and get this back on there. Where are we catching on over? What are we catching on? And a clip. Okay, so this wire here goes to a sensor down here. It's the probe sensor. There's a clip right here that there's a clip here, and this wire keeps coming over and getting in the way of that clip. Let's see if we can get that pushed over. Over and out of the way. Yep, there we go. All right, so the tool head cover is at least back on. Did that, took those out. There's a few more screws that we'll have to take out, but we'll follow the instructions on how to do things. It tells me to plug it in. Plug in is over here. And we'll turn it on. We'll see if they had done a factory reset on it. A Pip-Boy that runs a Raspberry Pi, that would be cool. That'd definitely be cool. Time for a sleep. All right, Projects in Dad's Garage. And hey, um, Thursday, I believe it is. Yeah, I believe it was Thursday. Thursday around 4:30. We're gonna go live with Projects in Dad's Garage. Maybe go through and see if we can't help figure out some of the weird issues he's having with the Trident config. Okay, so there's some Celtics keychain G code, and it came up. So I think what we want to do, come over here to set, more, and let's do a factory reset. And because I don't have anything else popping up and I'm scared, I know there are some screws on here holding the bed down, so I am going to remove those. I was hoping that we'd get the all clear to go through and basically go through a initial setup. There, here. Is there one over here? Can't tell if there's one over on that side. Looks like it. There it is. There's three. And there is not one on this side. There's turn the on-screen instructions, remove the cable ties. Cable ties are removed. Remove the screws and retaining block so that there are these pieces that need to come out. Make sure everything looks right. So we're missing one of the long screws. Okay. Looks like we should have 4 screws that should mount our spool holder in the back. And let me just see if I can. Those look like machine screws again, but may not have those. So I do have other screws here, but the screws back here seem to be like it would be metal, but nope. They're the M3 self-tapping. So we'll mount these 3 in the back, or 4 in the back, so that we can do the pull holder. Interesting that it feels like we're using self-tapping plastic screws and self-tapping screws into plastic. Seems weird. You'd think that there would be a metal piece back there that these would be going into. Those 4 back there. This slides into the back and then locks into the top as well, like so. And then our pull holder here pushes in, comes down to lock in. Okay. So that piece is done. We still didn't get anything on the screen as far as pop-up reminders, show thumbnails, screen timeout after messages, network, language, English, yes. Network to connection, Qidi 3D printer. Is it me or is Luke too far from the mic? The mic's right here. I'm seeing pretty good on the mic. It might be on your side. Mod light, I don't know. Say something and I show you my first print. Something. Not your side? Okay. All right, so we're connected to the network, which is good. We'll check and see. Doesn't look like there's any updates. Platform reset. Please confirm that the PEI board is properly placed. Please check the platform in the bottom of the machine to ensure there is no debris. Click the button below to start the reset. Platform tilts too much. Click the unlock motor button. Manually rotate the screws. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, so basically it looks like it's driving it down to the bottom to basically reset the level. Kind of like a Prusa Mark III would drive everything all the way up to the top to get the Z-tilt fixed. While it's doing that, grab this and this. Now it shows looks like there's supposed to be a small piece of PTFE tubing. Not sure if it's this piece. But there should be a small piece of PTFE tubing that gets loaded in from the side. There's a compression fitting that's sitting right at the side here. And this just goes in there and creates the PTFE loop around into the tool head. Select the number and adjust using up and down button until the calibration card moves smoothly. Nozzle on platform slight friction, then click next. Calibration card. Okay, this is lubrication. We've got tools. I'm not seeing an actual quote unquote calibration card. So, calibration card. I mean, that's actually pretty darn good. Into adjustment point. Ooh, that's high. Um, Height is tight. No, supposed to be a nut. Probably be a 3D printed nut that you use to get in here and do these a little. Pretty interesting that we're basically undoing springs. Bottom of the bed. Good there. So we've got a locking nut underneath it. A Interesting that we're doing a basically a bed level here. But I think what it's doing first is setting the um, the platform itself level, and now we're just trying to level the bed in the platform tray itself. Yeah, Ender 3 should be a Mark 8. That would be the style and the thread type. Be a Mark 8 nozzle. Yeah, platform calibration completed. Confirm. Now we're going to just kind of run through everything. We'll do an auto bed level. Um, do it at 60 for now. Uh, yeah, it's been a while, a good hot minute with Micro Swiss, hasn't it? Micro Switch has been around for a good hot minute. Where I think this just slides right down in there. Charcoal filter media. Yeah, Mike, like I said, um, yeah, they've been one of the longest running ones in the market, and I've been using Micro Swiss products for years. Um, though I'm actually not running. I'm thinking. I don't think I'm running any Micro Swiss right now. I know that they've got the like flow tech nozzles and stuff for the Bamboos and a lot of the other printers. But we haven't been running those. We've just been running the straight Elegoo's and the Centauri Carbons. And I've got a Pika to try out one of my Centauri Carbons, and I was running Honks in my X1Cs. I've got Pikas coming for the X1Cs, so. Oh yeah, I would too. I would have swapped them out for hot ends and nozzles as well. Exactly how we do it. They're good for the price if you're staying stockish and you just want a drop-in replacement that's going to give you solid performance. If you're trying to do a full up upgrade, they're like the NG, I think it's the NG extruder for the Ender 3 and Ender 5 platforms were darn good as well. I'm just taking a quick look through here to see if there's anything crazy we need to be aware of, and I don't think so. Like I said, we're just trying to run through some of the processes to make sure that it's ready to go, since we're not starting from a scratch. Setting up your first SSD booted Pi. Fingers crossed for you, Howie DeWitt. I've got one. I've got a Raspberry Pi 5 running a 970. I can't remember what the size is, but I'm running the NVMe bottom under hat for it. Nozzles should be cleaned. Compensation value collection. Fixing to put clipper on your printer. On the Ender 3 V3 SE. If you're gonna do clipper, I would probably say the 3B Plus. 3D Plus is pretty standard. The A should work, but I would do the 3B Plus just to be on the safe side. Over here and take a look at Dragon's Discord. Pretty cool. I don't want to bring Discord up on my computer just because I'm in way too many groups with the beeping. Ooh, tinkering techie. Six tool heads. I'm assuming it's a 350. Looks like ant heads. There's tinkering techie stealth changer. Looks very nice. Very, very nice. We'll run through this and then we'll do input shaper as well. And then we'll try and do like a benchy. Let's try and run a print. Actually, we'll see if we can get filament to run through it. Because once again, the individuals appeared to think or thought that they had a filament jam. And at this point, I don't know if said filament jam was with the printer itself or if it was an issue with the Qidi box not not loading to the nozzle. It could be a couple of different things. I got very bare bones minimum information on what the issue could be. But while this does this, that it's just doing its initial bed mesh, I will be right back. I'm going to go grab my other drink from the office. See all kinds of pretty electrical lights through that back grate. Yeah. It looked like potentially needing to tweak a little bit on the flow. But other than that, it was looking pretty nice. Once again, the plus 4 is 305 by 280. And it does have a filament tangle sensor, filament runout sensor, obviously auto bed leveling via an induction probe, not a load cell. Does have a chamber heater. What else? Mains heated bed. And I know that at least Fetus has their upgraded nozzles for it with the silicon carbide tips. Does have a camera as well right over here in this front corner. So 1.5 GT belts. Yeah, my light. I've used Anycubic PLA and it works pretty good. Um, I'll say I get the feeling that Anycubic and Elegoo PLA may be coming out of the same place. I'll just throw that one out there. Okay, so we just did auto bed leveling. We've done the platform reset. Let's do input shaping. Let's check the platform in the bottom of the machine. Yep, there is a bottom of the machine. Put play. Probably put the top lid on it, but we'll go without for now. We just got to thinking there was no USB stick with this, and I don't see any place for a USB stick to go on the printer. That's interesting. On and it's taking off. On the Q2, it plugs into the side of the monitor, and on the Max 4, it plugs in at the top. It is Qidi box ready. I do have a Qidi box for this printer. It is sitting right over there off screen. And I did find out from my vendor today, I didn't realize there was a difference, but there is a difference in the Qidi box between the Q2 and the Max 4 at least. It's not in the box itself. The differences are in the accessories that it comes with. So definitely taken off. So the other thing is we pulled the banner, my chat and chill and build stream banner that we use at shows, and it's probably going to go hanging behind me on the wall. And we've got a new window cling. We're going to put this up tomorrow. See if we can't get this over here. Oh, we're going to have to move a camera. So the new window cling. This will help everybody understand what it is that we have and what we do. So 3D printers, filament, accessories, maintenance, repair, custom prints or custom printers, educational classes, prototyping, and 3D prints. So we'll put this up in the other window. So we're trying to get a little bit more, official. But yeah, at this point, without knowing whether it's an issue with the tool head or not, I'm going to try and get a print done directly through this printer, and then we can work on getting the Qidi box attached to it and doing a multicolor print through the Qidi box. Still waiting for the input shaper to finish. Yeah, the Powder mobility trainer that we printed out is printed out of Elegoo Rapid PET G. So it's their rapid or high flow PET G in gray. Works pretty well. I think it came out well. And then, like I said, we're going to roll some atomic for the next one. I know Jonathan really loves the atomic filament. Sounds like it's done making the noises at least. Could just be getting ready to go through and do all the calculations. Okay, the light just went out, so it should be doing a restart. There we go. Input shaping completed. Confirm. So we've done platform reset, auto bed leveling, and input shaping. We're not going to dry consumables or do the box drying. There are a few files on here. Looks like there's a bunch of keychains, and I'm assuming that those were from the previous owner. Surprised that didn't get cleared out with the factory reset. But we'll go ahead and we'll load some filament. This is Qidi Tech. I was trying to run this on a bamboo, but it would not run through an AMS. So this basically is a, we'll say a side spool holder type of filament. It's just, there's too much filament on the spool, so it runs right up against the feeder tube. So we're going to go to control, and do we have to heat it up first? Let's see, what does it tell me to do? Set the desired temperature, wait until the temperature is reached, and then click the load button until filament extrudes. Okay. Here we'll do 210. We'll let that heat up, and then we'll just do the down arrow next to the little thing that looks like a tool head on the screen, and that should pull it in and load filament. We drop the helmet, and then I'll drop the bed down some so we can have room to purge some filament through. I really hope this wasn't a return, because the individual, I don't know, it looks like he has lots of files loaded on here. Because I don't think any, like all of those keychains seem to be files that they sliced for use with the Qidi box. So I wouldn't expect it to be, looks like we're up at temp. I'm going to put a little bit of pressure on the back side as I do, say 50, down arrow. It is pulling the filament in, and it's putting filament out. Okay, and that is black. So that is black as black can be. So it seems to be working. I'll purge through until we get to the blue. Starting to see a color change here. Yeah, looks like all the black's gone now. So there's our nice pretty blue color. Dot. Purge bin, the Qidi PLA benchy, the Qidi boron cubes. So that's kind of the stuff. Go ahead and do a benchy. This way. So who all went to Rocky Mountain? Hoping to get to Charlotte this summer and drop in your shop while I'm close. Wondering how TSA feels about 3D printers as checked luggage. Well, I mean, if it's a what, the Milan or uh-oh, screen finally froze on us. If it's the Milan or the what's our darn upside down printer? I mean, that should be able to go into checked baggage just fine. Positron, there we go. Thanks, Tinkering Techie. It's like brain farted. You went to Remurf? Nice, Cody. Hope you had fun. I really wanted to go. Like I said, I didn't get an opportunity to this year, so this is the first one that I've missed. I've been at all the others. But you know, it would have been great to go and see like Alex, and I know Ide of Adam was there, Big Jano was there, Pezliz, Zombie Hedgehog, K2 Kevin, Steve Bills, Canuck Creator, LDO Jason, Singing Surfer, which is Luke over at Big Tree Tech. As well as I believe Haygears was there, right? I believe they were going there right after Rapid. I don't know if they had a display or if they were just in attendance. But yeah. Pretty interested to see everybody. And I know Midwest Rep Rap Festival is normally not as well attended. So we'll have to see that, how that comes about. That network 192.168.1.1. Take a look over here while this is going through the heating cycle. Heated beds 44. So what I'm trying to do is pull up the interface. Sign in below to stay in touch with your printer. Interesting. Printer. Let me get logged in here, or see if I can get logged in here. I'm now curious to see if this individual's information is still in here. So it's not letting me get into the fluid interface. Firing a log on. I wonder if I can link it in Qidi Studio. Is anybody planning for Remurf? I'm sorry, not Remurf, Murph in Goshen, Indiana. Where are we at here? Right, not start. Guess it helps if you hit the play button. There we go. Connect to Moonrake. Hey, this is kind of interesting. I get the feeling, yeah, so it doesn't look like factory reset actually reset everything. The files are still on here, of course, but I have a feeling the individual's credentials are still on here. So I may have to do some looking to see on how to fully reset this printer. But like I said, it came to me supposedly that it had a clog and was unable to print. The filter was popped out of it, or not the filter, but the charcoal filtration was popped out of it. The back cover was slid up, and the front cover on the tool head was off. So unless the issue is with the Qidi box, I see nothing wrong so far with the printer itself. So we're gonna have to do some looking on how to do a full up factory reset on this. That'll be some research for another day. Like I said, we're gonna run the benchy test, see what the benchy does. All right, sounds good, Monlight. Enjoy your evening. Yeah, we had a pretty late start tonight. We've been going for almost 2 hours. So we may call it quits here shortly. Um, okay, interesting. Looks like it's doing a Z tilt adjust. This is an interesting start routine. Feeling it's going to do the benchy on the edge of the bed while it's doing the um, bed mesh right now, the adaptive bed mesh over here on the right side of the bed. Yeah, it's kind of interesting. It's the first time I've had a printer that's got credentials on it that's locked me out. All in a little bit, scoot you around to see if we can't. Kind of did like a weird prime line. Prime line that's getting caught there. Get it out of there. Yep, that's not sticking. So our Z offset is off. The Z offset is a ways off. Okay. Um, really want to get into the fluid interface. Fluid account. Look, there's a name there. Oh, there we go. Apparently, all I needed to do was clear the account out. It came up. Didn't require me to try and log in. Come on. Let's try the Benchy again. Disable the box because it doesn't have a box. Interface would stop refreshing on me. It might let me actually. Puts printer limits or G code going over on the right hand side. our adjustment over here. Looked like it was a decent amount off, so we'll be prepped and ready to update that Z offset, hopefully. But yeah, I think I'm going to try and get this going. Hopefully we can get it going a lot faster than interface will stay up. If it doesn't, then I'll just do it right here on the screen. I don't know why fluid keeps like bouncing like. I'll say the good news is it doesn't poop nearly as much as the Max 4 does. Of some type of interference that keeps causing that to happen, or what? Or it could just be the network. Don't know. I'm not seeing. I saw a few drop frames. We're ready to go once it starts to print, and hopefully we'll be able to drop down the build plate or the Z offset some. So far, I'm not seeing anything wrong. I mean, Z offset being off. Gee, wow, that never happens with an inductive probe. For your first print, please ensure you performed auto bed leveling and input shaping, which we did. So you input the heat bed temperature corresponding to printer filament for increased accuracy. Do not use the platform calibration function before consulting with after sales support or logging into the official wiki to learn how to use it. Oops. Oh well. You're hoping to get to Charlotte? Yep. Hopefully this gets started. If this gets started and we start getting some layers down, then we'll go ahead and call the stream. Starting to get a little late, and I do need to get back home. And I don't know if I'm increasing it or decreasing. We're getting some plastic down on the bed, so that's good. Apparently they're doing the let's try and do the fastest benchy possible. Bring you back over here to this side. As you see, we got layers going down. This was obviously not a clogged nozzle. We didn't do anything other than heat it up and load filament. So it wasn't a clogged nozzle. I think this will solve the Z offset. Yeah. I don't know. Could be that they had the wrong, either the wrong slicer or or the wrong temperature, or maybe they put in the wrong filament. I mean, yeah, look at that bench. He looks just like something you could sit on. Exactly. But yeah, I think this is, yeah, I, I, I don't think this is a problem with the main printer. I'll have to look at the Qidi box and get the Qidi box set up on it. But at this point, that's the only thing I can think of is this is a Qidi box issue. Or something in their slice files that was wrong. But yeah, everything looks like it's laying down nicely. Hey, Free Heathen, how's it going? So Free Heathen, welcome on in. Yes, this is a 305 by 305 by 280. This is the Qidi Plus 4. So, my vendor rep reached out to me and said they had a customer that wanted to do a return. Apparently, it had a nozzle clog issue. And I generated some labels for them, and they sent it to me so that I could look at it, get it repaired, get it functioning, and then I can put it up for sale. And once I sell it, then they will. That's when Qidi will actually bill me for it, basically. The word I had was that the user was having issues, and they said it sounds like it is probably nothing more than a nozzle clog. and they just didn't know how to use the printer and clear it. Yeah, there's no nozzle clog. We literally unboxed this. We removed the bed locks, which had 3 of the 4 screws on it. We installed the screen, which still has the protective covering on it. The USB drive is MIA. And yeah, we ran through the built-in calibrations and we're printing a Benchy. I didn't have to try and clear a clog. We just loaded filament and filament came out. So it works in standalone. I do have the Qidi box over there. There are several sliced files on the printer that look like they were doing keychains or something. So we'll have to see if there's any issue with the Qidi box. But I have a feeling that this will be over on the line and up for sale soon. So while this is printing, let me show you this maker. Sorry for the movement here. So other than the, the still changer, we've also got a, pull this out some. A toddler mobility chair. This is basically a kid's wheelchair. Yep. This is printed in Elegoo Rapid Pet G gray. And then the wheels are blue metallic Pet G from EPAX. And the tire treads are Sunlu TPE 95. 95A TPE. And I'm starting to print the cushions now in Overture Blue TPU. So these will just get Velcroed into place. And we'll have the one in the back and one at the seat. There'll be a handle up here that goes on it. And speaking of which, let me double check and make sure that those are doing well. Stringing like mad, but so be it. But yeah, Mrs. Dragon and Evil Diesel will be going to an event on Friday for North Carolina Assistive Technology Program. So NCATP reached out to us about some assistance. So apparently they have several 3D printers at multiple locations. The intern that was running their 3D printers and keeping them up for them has now left the program, and they may need some help keeping their printers up to date. And they were looking for some assistance with their booth at the show on Friday. So Mrs. Dragon and Evil Diesel are going to go with them and take a bunch of our assistive technology stuff with them. And we're hoping to have the toddler mobility trainer completed by then. Hey, Jano, how's it going? Welcome on in. Welcome, welcome. How are you doing? Thank you for subscribing for 26 months in a row. Holy cow. Yeah. Hope you had fun at Rocky Mountain. So yeah, so far I mean, printer looks to be printing. I don't see anything wrong with it. Makes noise as it clacks up against the side, but they all do that. I do like this feature. The carry handles drop down into the side. So you have carry handles on either side that pop up to lift it up out of the box and carry it if need be. And they just drop right back down when you don't need them. But this is basically a Voron sized printer. Probably has a little bit more height than the 2.4 or a standard 2.4 Trident. It was an exhausting but great weekend. Yeah, I mean that's show season though. Show season, it's so hyped. You get there and you're just going, and then you finally get done and you get home and you stop and you're wiped. You know, I was watching Peanut Creator earlier today, and yeah, he's hurting a bit. Just like you said, he was out there for the show and it's just wiped him out a bit. I was looking, I wanted to go so bad to both Rapid and Rocky Mountain. And like I said, I had the sinus surgery, so that had to take precedence in healing. But I'll be at Midwest Rep Rap Festival. And then I think our plan is going to attend 3D Printopia, but not have a table this year. Just go and kind of suss it out and feel it out. And then also go to Form Next again. Oh, Free Heathen, I've taken like a couple of thousand chips. Like we have a Polymaker box for me, Mrs. Dragon, and Evil Diesel. And then I've got like the printed what so we'll have a Polymaker box for each of us, and then I'll say the chip holders. We'll have a couple of these filled up as well, and we blow through them in the blink of an eye. So it pretty much doesn't matter how many chips you have, people will take them. If you've got them, they'll take them. But yeah, we got a lot of cool projects in the works right now for some people. And then yeah, a million ought to do it. So we've got a Polymaker box full, and I think that's like 500 chips. It's 300 or 500, I can't remember. But we'll have one Polymaker box full for each of us. Me, Mrs. Dragon, and Evil Diesel. We'll have those two containers, the display ones. We'll have two of those filled as well. And there's times when we have nothing left or very few. So yeah, I think we got a boat. And that's a 19-minute Vinci. So yeah, I'm not sure what the issue was, but boat looks boaty. Yep. Like I said, we won't have the wording on the bottom because we were trying to get the first layer adjusted. But yeah, boat definitely looks boaty. Could use some tuning. This is 3D Tech blue filament. And camera froze. Dang it. I don't know what's up with that camera, but the boat, she boated. You got a benchy? I think this is where we're going to leave it for the night. I'm going to get in here. I'll probably wipe everything down, clean her up a little bit. We'll throw the whatchamacallit on here, the lid on here, and I'll try and work on the Qidi box a little bit later. Yeah. Thanks, bud. Yeah, you normally have a lot of cool light projects going on, and that's the thing that scares me is, bringing projects and are they going to work? They worked at the bench. Are they going to work at the table? Or are we going to run into little issues here, there, and everywhere? That's always the joy because you've traveled and you've moved stuff around a lot. So, all righty, I think I'm going to clean this stuff up, try and pack all the tools and boxes and stuff. This will go here. That'll go in there as well. And my plan would be to not, whoever buys it, unless they want it boxed up, I think they'll probably take it unboxed the way it is. But I think right now we're doing good. Spy, you need to make your way over to the shop, check out what is new, and of course restock your filament needs. Hey, come on by. Come on by. Anytime. You're welcome. But yeah, everybody, I think we're done for the evening. Thank you all for being here, both over on Twitch as well as over on YouTube. It's been nice being able to live stream on both and get support on both channels, so that's really good. Like I said, quite a few things going on here around the shop. I'm planning on streaming Thursday night. It may be a little bit later again. We'll have to see. But as I mentioned, we did get a rush job in today. And Evil Diesel's been working on cleaning up the CAD files that were sent over to us for said job. But we're going to have several days of printing, and we'll see if we get done in time that we can pack it and ship it, or somebody's going to have to drive it up to the DC area because they need it up there for a event on Tuesday. So we're going to do everything we can to get it done and get it going. This is going to be a customer, I think, that was really happy with the stuff we did for him the first time around. And if we can deliver on this one again, I think we're going to have a solid customer for many, many moons to come. So, but thank you everybody for being here. Jano's obviously here, so we won't be rating out to Jano. I don't think we're going to rate out to anybody, actually. I think we're just going to go ahead and call it a night. I'm kind of beat, and you all have a great one. It was always great to see you, everybody. Jedi Spidey, Heathen, Beardy, Jano, Kenneth, Howie DeWitt, Projects and Dad's Garage, and everybody else. Thanks for being here. Thanks for hanging out and chilling with me tonight. Tinkering Techie, you too. And we'll see you all. Oh, and by the way, if you're in the area, our classes are going. We have both the intro to 3D printing, preventive maintenance, and Tinkercad classes going. Tinkercad classes are normally on Monday nights. And then our next maker meetup here in the Dragon Den is Sunday, May 3rd. Sunday, May 3rd will be the next maker meetup here at the store. So if you're in the area, come on by and check out the new rat rig project that we'll be here working on. So A Bit Nuts will be bringing in his rat rig VCore 4.1 with a plethora of upgrades for us to finish building for him. He's also bringing in another printer and a bunch of co-print equipment as payment. And then at some point, we're going to have a FISEC Venture XL coming in. That is a shop build for the shop. That will be one of our line printers to allow us to do some bigger parts for people. And we'll be building that up as well. So a lot of stuff going on. And you guys have a great evening. Get some rest, everyone, and we will see you all next time. Bye now.